Hey guys, just want to tell you this before I forget it, I was just sitting here admiring myself, I don't have my hat on or nothing yet, and I wasn't really ready to do this, but I want to get this down, if nothing else, just so I remember it, like, the earliest memories of, like, I started, my credentials for knowing history go back many, many years, like, I can remember back, like, Eisenhower, Trace in school, that grade school, or yeah, we had grade school and high school. But anyway, I remember Eisenhower. We studied about him, and then Kennedy and Johnson, Nixon. Like Watergate. Just when we had the presidents going good again, God, then fucking Nixon come along and what the fuck, dirty crook, that we hired. We hired him be the big boss, of the United States, like a company, like that's how we always thought America was supposed to be like, and that's how Republicans used to think, man. We'd think like the big boss, where, he was the president. He had to, whatever, he was head of the company, and he had guys like stock or board of directors and foremen and all this shit, leadmen, foremen, all the way down through the whole system, man. The whole country was run like that, We worked as a fine fucking well-oiled machine back then, There was like middle class, and there wasn't a whole hell lot of all these fucking super rich individuals, man. We all shared in the country, and we all shared in the money that this country made too, If there was any profit to be made, we were supposed to get some of it, That's what I thought we were working for. Where's the profit from this country yet, Come on, I didn't see any profit at all for the last fucking umpteen years. I mean, but anyway, that's how we had it though, and it worked good. And then all of a sudden, like, I don't know where it went wrong, man. We started, like, our companies left us, And they left us in the 70s, and I hold them fuckers directly responsible for leaving our country, going over to China and setting up because they're afraid to pay taxes, Taxes what built this fucking nation. Taxes what it's all about, That's why I say it should be taxed on the money, not the person, kind of like. If you got $1 billion, pay some fucking income tax on that. What the hell? Are you that fucking greedy that you need that money for? It's like, oh, I gotta have all this money even though I'll never be able to spend it in a lifetime or thereafter, unless you buy one of them halogen reactors or whatever they got over there in Switzerland like they did, $20 billion this fucker went out and bought one and built it, man. Scientists, hired the whole works, man. That's having a lot of money, and that's basically, you got that fucking money from American workers, man. Sure, we all invested our tax dollars in this country. Nobody got really super rich, but nobody got super poor. We all had food, plenty nice cars and houses. We had that little house in town, kind of like, or a little house, and, had new car, everything that was, statistically, they said that you were supposed to live in a house with a white picket fence and make so much money and do this on Sundays and do that on Saturdays, go footballing or go golfing or something, or, just go in and hang out or something, but anyway, we had all that, Oh, to get back to what I originally was going to say about this school, like, when I was in, before I forget it, like, we had a school that was like grade school and high school were in the same building, kind of like, there was quite a few kids there, but it was still enough that they could hold both in one building at the time, before the baby boom came or whatever the hell it was, And then, but I still remember that we shared the same lunchroom, though, And that's what I was going to say. I always had trouble in the lunch line. I was afraid of the lunch line, I don't know what I seen, but I was just I come right out of the country, like, what the fuck, Now I got to go to school in the cities, and I don't even know how to, knife and fork on one side. You got to take this. Mom always had the table set for us, We never had to do any of this shit, And we go into school, and then we got to do it for ourselves, And a lot of us didn't know that, That's no big thing, but some of the seniors would always kind of bump up to you, or some of the bigger kids would bump you a line, And I was always like, I always seemed like I got in front of them son of a bitches too, man, or I was supposed to. you know, anyway, I'd go around them and I wouldn't really, I'd miss my spot, wait for a more friendlier service spot, you know, and then jump in there and then figure out, what do I take now, you know, or where, right here, this is how you do it. And they'd come along, because they'd done it 100 times before, you know, the other kids. And I didn't, you know, but anyway, I just had to get that in there. Oh, and the fact I couldn't learn the number 10 then. I'd go from 8, 9, 11, 8, 9, 11. I couldn't remember there had to be a 10 in there, but that's another story.